In just 4 months, Dubai's police force was able to solve the new operation dubbed Fox Hunt 2, while the suspects were sleeping in their Dubai residences. After months of investigating and hours of monitoring the gang's social media accounts, a team of highly trained Dubai police officers were able to confirm the gang's whereabouts and fraudulent activities.
While Gen Z and millennials take swipes at one another in a hilarious generation war on microblogging app Twitter, world-renowned fraudster Raymond Hushpuppi, currently languishing in a US jail, is counting fresh woes as he is linked to yet another conspiracy to launder funds for North Korean military hackers. What does this mean for Hushpuppi? Stay tuned to find out, Naija Gisters. Hello there. When it comes to sourcing for hot topics and a highly engaging entertainment gist in Nigeria, you can always count on us. Thank you for subscribing to our channel, and if you haven't, please go subscribe and hit the notification bell to keep you updated on the latest gist. After many years of defrauding people, companies and nations, self-acclaimed billionaire Gucci master Raymond Abbas, better known as Hushpuppi, met his Waterloo in 2020 when he defrauded the US of over $100 million in the middle of a pandemic. In a joint operation with the UAE Security Department, Interpol and the FBI, the Nigerian-born fraudster, who had been disguising as an Instagram influencer, was arrested in his Dubai residence. Despite his criminal trial delayed due to the pandemic, the US Department of Justice said he faces up to 20 years imprisonment if convicted of the charges against him. Sadly, Hushpuppi is seemingly going to be banished behind bars for longer years as he is linked to a new conspiracy to launder $14.7 million of money and cryptocurrency for North Korean hackers. According to the US Justice Department on February 17, 2021, the FBI recently uncovered details that Hushpuppi partook in the cyber heist perpetuated by the North Korean military hackers from a bank in Malta in February 2019. Although the heist was largely unsuccessful, the now famous fraudster would have gotten away with paying for his crimes, save for another fraudster, Ghaleb Alaumary, that snitched on him. While pleading guilty to charges related to his role as a money launderer for the North Korean hackers, Alaumary mentioned that Hushpuppi joined forces with them as well. Following the revelation, the US Justice Department has promised that it spells more woes for Hushpuppi. Taking a trip down memory lane, we'll recall that on June 10th, exactly 3 days after he posted pictures of his new luxury car, a 2020 Rolls-Royce Cullinan, worth a whopping 280 million naira, Hushpuppi was arrested by the Federal Bureau of Investigations (FBI) and the International Police (Interpol) in UAE. As you already know, he wasn't arrested alone, as two of his friends and crime accomplices, Mr. Woodbury and Mr. Effie, were arrested with him. His crime? Hushpuppi allegedly hacked into the United States Unemployed Database and impersonated its citizens qualified for the COVID-19 Relief Unemployment Fund. Using information from first responders, government, and school employees, Hushpuppi and his accomplices in Dubai, Nigeria, and other countries defrauded the US government of over $100 million. Prior to his arrest, Ramon Abbas Igbalode, who we popularly know as Raymond Hushpuppi, was an Instagram celebrity. The Nigerian-born Dubai-based socialite was famous for his lavish lifestyle. He entertained his over 2.2 million followers with the kind of luxury legitimate hustlers will not allow the world to see.
I can't keep myself. Allow me to flex.
From his globe-trotting lifestyle to his high-end shoes and clothes, he constantly dripped of unending wealth and fancied anything designer. Gucci bags, Fendi wares, diamond-encrusted Hublot, Patek Philippe, Rolex, Richard Mille wristwatches, name it. More interestingly, he was a regular at top clubs in Dubai and Abu Dhabi, even as he was a regular face at Dubai Premier Luxury Department, having Nichols. He also took up permanent residence at the Palazzo Versace Dubai. Hushpuppi was known to fancy anything expensive drinks, such as champagne and cognacs, which are regulars on his table. Just so you would know, he became popular after he blew 11 million naira on drinks alone at the popular Quilux nightclub owned by Shina Peter. Funnily, prior to his arrest, Hushpuppi maintained he was a billionaire and he made his money as a real estate developer and Instagram influencer. Forbes, however, believed he was worth far less than $1 billion.
No laugh. Nobody should ask me for money. You see this place. Now problem full on. Problem full my body, oh, problem full my body.
Lest we forget his cars. What about them? Hushpuppi is known to have excellent taste in cars, which he flaunts at every given opportunity. His followers surely were familiar with his bespoke black badge Rolls-Royce Wraith, his 650 million naira Maybach Benz, Snow White Cullinan, Ferraris, and the Bentley Bentayga he gifted himself on Valentine's Day in 2019. When he wasn't riding expensive automobiles, he was flying on a private jet or cruising on a yacht. Why did he post all these for all to see? He once said, I post a few of these things so that someone can see my page someday and decide not to give up. Did he mean give up on Yahoo Yahoo when MAGA is yet to pay? Well, we wouldn't know. Maybe you all naijagisters have the answer though. Over the years, since he began sharing his opulent lifestyle, many Nigerians and celebrities alike shamelessly quoted and fawned over his page, liking and commenting without recourse on his page, while literally tripping over themselves to be noticed by Hushpuppi. Even the ladies loved him for his generosity and his living la vida loca. But boy was he arrogant. Hushpuppi in the past has dragged many celebrities on social media, from Davido to Eniola Badmus, Fino, Ice Prince, Casey, and even Timaya. Apart from accusing many of them of wearing fake designer clothes while complaining that people are pirating their music, he once argued that he was richer than Davido. Truth be told, he wasn't even lying. Singer Timaya once promised him some beatings if he dared to come back to Nigeria due to his arrogance. Around April 2020, amid the COVID-19 pandemic, Hushpuppi also called out Nigerian billionaires and millionaires for doing audio donations for clout. Now that Hushpuppi is behind bars, we bet that they can now breathe easy. In July 2020, there were rumors that Hushpuppi may be extradited to Nigeria, which was later confirmed by the Commissioner of Police, Interpol Nigeria, Ghaleb Alaumary. He said, "It's true that Hushpuppi was arrested by the Interpol. We are currently working on bringing him to Nigeria to face charges of fraud. Some of the offenses were committed here in Nigeria and he has to answer for them. He's not alone in it. There are accomplices in the country who we are currently on their trail." But according to Kemi Olunloyo, rumors of Hushpuppi's extradition was just a ploy by Nigerian politicians to arrest other politicians in the opposition who Hushpuppi have laundered money for in the past.
What you guys don't understand is I'm way ahead of you. You need to start learning things and knowing how things work in this world. When I heard that Hushpuppi's house was going to be raided and they were going to arrest him, okay, all I was told was that it's a joint operation. Dubai police, the Interpol, and the Secret Service of the United States. When they raided Hushpuppi's house, Gislava showed you photos of police cars in front of his house, saying they're at Hushpuppi's house. I told you what was going on in the house. I'm a journalist. Gislava is a wannabe blogger. Listen carefully. When they raided Hushpuppi's house, I contacted Freeze, and I asked Freeze, what does he think about it? I may not have posted many things, but you'll see it later, because I'm investigating and I'm an investigative journalist.
Nonetheless, many people were said to be going down with him, including the former Vice President of Nigeria, Atiku Abubakar, who had been pictured with Hushpuppi in the past. Early 2020, Hushpuppi graced Senator Dino Melaye's 46th lavish birthday party in Dubai. He was also pictured with other politicians like former Speaker of the House of Representatives, Yakubu Dogara, and former APC spokesman, Timi Frank during the party. Rumor had it that he may have been laundering money for these politicians and many others. More interestingly, Hushpuppi has been pictured with celebrities like Wizkid and Iyanya. The Kukere star alongside Wizkid was seen hanging out with Hushpuppi in Dubai around November 2018. Science students crooner Olamide and Nice have also been heard singing Hushpuppi praises in their songs. Whether they benefited or not from the fraudster, largesse remains both a subject of controversy and discussions. In 2020, a video of Hushpuppi spraying $100 notes at Davido's brother's wedding in Dubai also went viral. And to crown it all, controversial on-air personality Daddy Freeze was dragged across all social media platforms in June 2020 when videos emerged of the OAP interviewing and dining with Hushpuppi at his residence in Dubai.
Dinner for Hushpuppi?
Yes, sir.
They use food beg us for where we they come. Hushpuppi no greet up. Now this talking just they shout. Don't be play.
I swear.
They use the food beg us.
8 times, 10 times in a whole month.
You know, this guy sometimes he gets scared.
Hushpuppi's driver is on 700k a month.
Yes.
You know that are abusing him. You are working houseboy work, they are paying you 35,000. You will go on Instablog and abuse Hushpuppi.
My salary, the salary my driver they collect, is almost near commissioner salary.
While many accused him of benefiting from Hushpuppi's illegitimate money during the visit, support for giveaways on his page, and praying for his flight, Daddy Freeze vehemently defended himself, saying that he never knew Hushpuppi to be a fraudster until his arrest, while celebrities such as Bobrisky, Tayo Shobola, and Terry G continued to show loyalty to the Dubai big boy. Some of Hushpuppi's friends and associates began blocking him on Instagram while deactivating their accounts to cover their own trail. What a long list of people who may have been implicated if Hushpuppi's extradition was successful. Sadly, it wasn't. In the same month of July 2020, Hushpuppi was moved to the US and charged by the US Attorney Officer in Los Angeles with conspiracy to launder over $100 million from business email compromise frauds and other schemes. If convicted, the US Justice Department noted that he faces 20 years imprisonment. His then lawyer, Ghaleb Alaumary, however, told Forbes that Hushpuppi was an entrepreneur who made legitimate money from Instagram influencing and real estate, adding that he's not guilty of the charges against him. Perhaps because he may not be able to prove Hushpuppi's innocence beyond reasonable doubt, he dropped Hushpuppi as a client. Another top lawyer, Vicky Podobeski, however, took his place. Hushpuppi's criminal trial, due to be heard in November 2020, was delayed due to the pandemic, and his guilt or innocence is yet to be proven. And now, it looks like he faces over 20 years of imprisonment if convicted. With respect to the cold conspiracy to launder $14.7 million in both money and cryptocurrency for North Korean military hackers, the Department of Justice will be filing fresh charges against Hushpuppi. There are now unconfirmed reports that his lawyer is planning to drop him as a client like his predecessor due to the severity of his crime. Vicky Podobeski is however yet to react to reports or recent news of his client's involvement in the North Korean cyber heist. Nigerians have since taken to social media to react negatively to the news while advising fraudsters in the country to learn from Hushpuppi's case. Reality TV star Leo Da Silva, Leo B Da Silva, wrote on Instagram, "It's hilarious how you'll be laundering money for North Koreans and still be living lavish on the gram. I now see why they did all they can to get him back from Dubai. If those charges stick, I will be with grandkids before he gets out." Music executive at Sososo Berekon wrote, "Ray, while fans helped him fill the gap." OAP Robbie Ekpo at Robbie Ekpo wrote, "Omo, Hushpuppi could stay inside orange overall be that." Instagram user at Debbie_Davids wrote, "This guy should start snitching on Nigerian politicians and businessmen he worked with. He shouldn't go down alone." Instagram user at Madilala wrote, "This is not a regular Yahoo boy working with the North Korean. What?" Instagram user Domingo_Loso wrote, "Omo, this is a different ballgame entirely in the Yahoo business. Too much money that the man couldn't comport himself. The money pushed him to flaunt for IG. Kai, the charges are much." Making reference to the 10 years prison sentence of the Nigerian-born fraudsters Obi-Wan Okeke, who defrauded victims in the US of a tune of $11 million. Certain reports have it that Hushpuppi may be sentenced to life imprisonment if found guilty of all charges against him to serve as a deterrent to others. So tell us, Naija Gisters, do you think Hushpuppi faces a stiffer jail sentence following evidence of his involvement in the $14.7 million North Korean fraud conspiracy? Do you think he'll be sentenced to life imprisonment? Do you think Yahoo boys have a lot to learn from Hushpuppi's downfall? Lastly, do you think that despite the staggering evidence against him, his lawyer will be able to prove his innocence? Whatever your answer is to these questions, do let us know in the comment sections down below. That's it for today's gist. If you enjoyed this video, comment down below your thoughts, give this a like, share with your friends, and don't forget to hit the subscribe button and notification bell to keep you updated for more latest celebrity and trending news from Naija Gist. And remember to stay safe out there.